For Loveland residents who are homebound with illness or a physical disability, the world may feel pretty small. But Loveland librarians are determined to push back those walls a little bit.
Hello.
Dixie Huff is the coordinator of Loveland Public Library's outreach program. She and a number of volunteers deliver library materials, including books, CDs, movies, and more, to patrons who aren't able to come into the library themselves.
Basically, we ask that you have a physical disability that keeps you from coming to the library, such as visual impairment or you can't walk that well.
My husband became sick and we found out he had cancer, and shortly after that, I needed open heart surgery, and so that was when we called the library to see if we couldn't have Dixie come, and she's been a dear friend ever since.
Huff and her volunteers deliver to many people in their own homes, but also visit patrons at independent, assisted, and skilled nursing care facilities. Last year alone, they made more than 1,400 deliveries of about 7,000 items. Gladys Nash has been a patron of Library Homebound since 2000, and is certainly one of Loveland's most enthusiastic library patrons.
When Gladys got on the program, she gave us a list of books that she'd already read so that we weren't repeating it. And since she's gotten on the program, we've given her over 4,000 books.
And I have enjoyed every one of them.
So she reads about a book a day.
Oh, yes. I often stay up at night to finish a book. Because they are everything to me.
Of course, picking the perfect book for another person isn't easy.
Dad wants something of hers and said you really liked it.
But by forging a relationship with each patron and drawing on a wealth of expertise in literature, Huff and her volunteers are able to hone in on the right stuff.
Most of the time, by the third visit, we're usually pretty right on to what they like. It's a bit challenging, but it's so worth it because the people are so grateful and they thank you over and over again.
I'm 97 years old and I have a walker and I can't go to the library, so it's really just life for me to have Dixie come and bring books.
This is Dorothy Piper. With the Loveland Library Homebound service, she is able to get large print books, which allow her to keep reading despite her worsening eyesight.
I get all kinds. I get biographies and murders and I don't know, just really important books. I don't think I could live without it.
I think it really helps them keep their minds active and working. And if you're in your 90s and still reading, you have been a person who's read, you've been a person whose mind has been active, and you want to maintain that. And these people are, especially the ones that are open to a few new authors. They're still just receiving new ideas and growing.
Patrons appreciate the wide world of ideas that books and media open to them, but they also relish the interaction and sense of community they get from the library visitors themselves.
I feel like this program has a profound effect on its recipients. Many of them are so isolated, they don't see another person for a week or two at a time. So sometimes we're the only person that they have seen in a week. And they are so happy, number one, to see a person, and number two, to have a book or a DVD or something to distract them. A lot of them have physical problems, and if they can just escape their pain for an hour in a good book, it means so much to them.
Recipients range from patrons in their 30s to Frances Whitney, who is 101 and still in her own home. Library volunteer Anna Sescu visits Frances every 3 weeks.
Do you consider me your friend, and have we formed a connection over the books?
Oh, have we ever? I depend on her to take care of my books for me, yes. I look for her every time.
Right now, the homebound program delivers to more than 100 patrons. But to Huff, that's just a small fraction of the population they could be reaching.
A lot of our people aren't on internet, so they don't find out about it on internet. And if they have just moved here, many communities don't have this kind of service, so they don't know to ask for it.
Once they find out about it, however, patrons like Zelda Isabel say that the Loveland Library Homebound program becomes a very important part of their lives.
This is really, to me, a new program. I didn't know there was anything like this anywhere. And how I hope that it will continue, because for me, it's the lifeline.
If you or someone you know would like to get more information or apply for the Homebound Delivery Program, please call and speak to Dixie Huff at 962-2592 or email outreach@ci.loveland.co.us.